fast. So come again. So it's really going to be like this. What we just did. See? What happened? So like this. Now we come again, but it's cloud, and then the steel comes out. Hello, thanks for helping me demonstrate. We're going to show how to practice receiving and having Ting Jin connect you immediately, and then how that transitions to a light Fajin, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to make both fists like this, and you're going to lean into me, right? Lean into me. And I'm going to receive that, include them, and then send them back with Fa, okay? So let me show you how it looks. Come again. See, like this, like that. So what we do is, when he comes in towards me, I'm going to be ready to receive that. And by receiving, I mean I'm ready to have my cow disperse the awareness and energy, the force all along the surface of my body. And that my pung is already there to support my structure. So it happens before he touches me. I'm already ready to do cow. I'm already ready to have the sense of lightness and floating from pung. Just like if you go and have a meeting, an important meeting somewhere, you're already in the right mindset. You go and give a speech, you have the mindset before you step on stage, not when you start talking, but when you get there. So as he's coming in, I already have all those things going on. When he touches me, my body is going to allow that force to happen without trying to resist it in any way. And once I sense that equilibrium, that I still have my zhongding, then I'm just going to lightly direct my fingers forward. And as I do so, what really happens is I feel him start to drift back, and my hands are following that contact. So let's see again. Come again. He comes in, see, like this, and we go back. So come again. If I tense up and don't have my cow and pung ready, then the force is into me. Now it's really hard, and now I have to try and relax, and maybe I could do it, but you really want to have it all ready beforehand. And then secondly, come again. Once I receive them, when I push him back, it's not that I'm trying to push him with my wrist as hard as I can, even though you could, because once you've received his force and included them with your Ting Jin, then their body will be easy to move. They won't give you that much resistance when you shove them with force. But what you want to do is to transmit the feeling of lightness into them, so they already start floating up and back, and your hands are just kind of sticking with them. So come again, see, like this, and he's going back, and I'm just sticking with that. So that's a better way of it being done. You want to get this so that it is natural. The common mistake is, come here, one is to trying to push too hard. Okay, let's start again. Another one is to be too determined to stop him from coming in. It's okay to yield a little bit, so you're comfortable before you do the next part. The third thing you want to avoid is to over yield. Come again. You think you want to really draw them in so they're totally off balance. Yeah, he's off balance, and I can move him. But that's not really what this is about. This is about almost instantaneously making that force neutralize this force completely, and then it almost immediately, or maybe immediately, having the Ting Jin gain awareness of his intention and energy, and then right after that, then you do a little bit of Fa. So come again. So it's really going to be like this. So what does it feel like to you?
It feels like my torso is being moved, and when my fist makes contact, it doesn't feel like there's much there for me to go behind.
Yeah, there's not much there to go behind, and that's the part that takes us to the next level, to application and usage. If you put up your guards for me like this, right? I know this is not a great attack, but suppose I just want to shove him back, right? Be strong for me. He braces for me like this, and it's going to be hard to move him. So instead, I'll apply what we just did. See? What happened?
I felt my hips thrown back.
Yeah.
Once that happened, my whole body moved with it.
Yeah, so that was a very light version of it. So I come here, and like you said, his hips becomes light and he gets moved. So like this. Now we got a little bit more oomph to it. And really what I'm doing is come back. Is that when I'm coming, he is expecting this impact. So he's tense. He's got an intention now. He has an intention, and his energy is in a certain way. But when I hit him, I didn't hit him hard. I'm actually, there's nothing there, right? Nope. And in that nothingness, he feels like he's floating. You're looking for a footing. Right now you have a firm footing, okay? Now you don't. And you're trying to find your firm footing, and you end up being neutralized by into me. Once it happens, my pung flows, activates, and then he becomes light, and it's easy to move him at that point. So that's what is actually happening. So I'm giving you this expectation of solidness, but I'm actually giving you emptiness. Like they said in Tai Chi, it's like steel wrapped in cotton. That's what I mean. So that when you clash, you expect it's going to be steel, right? But it's actually cotton. There's nothing. But actually, there's steel. It's very disorienting that way. And so you use that in all the different ways. If I punch you and you block me, like this, right? So you're expecting this clash, right? But in a Tai Chi Young strike, like, so your posture is broken, and we can follow that with whatever. If you punch me and I'm blocking you, right, in some manner, you expect this, and you're going to bounce off that and throw your next strike, boom, right? But what's going to happen is that there's nothing, and then your next strike has a hard time coming because you're off balance in that process. As an illustration of that, if you punch into my hand hard, right, and I block you hard, then if my stance is good, I'll keep my balance. If my stance is bad, I'll have that force come into me, right? If I'm soft punch, if I'm soft, then because my hand's limp, I won't lose my balance. And he's still good right there. But if I do that with all the things we just did, come again, see? Like that. So what happened there is he punched me and he's expecting steel, okay, come again, but it's cloud, and then the steel comes out. What does that feel like when it happens?
It feels like I hit nothing, and then when you put in force, I feel go through my shoulder to my torso.
To your torso,
and then
yeah. That's correct. And then I visualize that torso. You could visualize anywhere. So come again, see, like this. So that's more like through your lower body.
Yeah.
And again, this is just a demonstration. I'm not saying that you should block punches by having them punch right into your hand or glove, but you can actually apply this in more practical way. He punches me, and I come punch, and you want to parry it, right? And he's expecting a certain amount of force, and you're trying to punch to that, right? But it could be soft. And right away, their posture will be balanced, and you see how much he distorts. So you can punch, and I could think I'm gonna block right here, but it doesn't. See, then it's very easy to manipulate them afterwards. What's that feel like?
It feels like there was a seizing on my arm, and by then, because my body's moving with my arm, I had trouble regaining balance.
Yeah, so that's some more like how you might apply this in different contexts. But it all starts with this, come again, that he comes in, and then you want to receive that into yourself. Okay, you let the cow disperse the force, you let the pung sustain your posture. You let the Ting Jin include them. I'm not antagonistic with him. I accept him as an important part of my experience. And then once we have all of those, I just simply wave my hand forward. And he's like an extension of my body at that point. Just as my fingers go forward, he goes forward. So it's a little bit of a yielding, like a basketball. You get ready for your shot and then you shoot. But it's not that I'm loading up. I'm just flowing into position so that it can continue in a very smooth way. Does that make sense?
Yes, Chester.
Any questions you want to add?
No questions.
No questions? Okay. All right. Thank you for your help. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your practice.